from NC, and the purpose of the video that you're going to see is to familiarize you with the 81-200 class Sergers that we at NC Carpet make, modify to meet the different needs of the carpeting industry. You're going to see the full line of 81-200 class. You're going to see the threading, how it's mounted on the table, how it's taken off the table, how it's timed, and what to do to maintain the machine, and generally speaking, how to use the unit and what products it requires so that you can get proper use out of it. We will try and be as thorough as we can be. So let's start right here. This is a model 81-200 TP, meaning twin puller. Wrap around, meaning it wraps the stitch or the yarn all the way around the carpet, just like on an Oriental. /B, meaning it applies a tape in one operation. What I'm going to show you on this 81-200 TP WA/B goes for the 81-200 WA or WA/B as far as threading goes. As far as timing goes, they will all time the same regardless of the model number that we're going to go over. So very first thing to do is to see how the unit is mounted onto the table. In case you're out in East Jabip and you receive the machine in a box, once it's removed from the box, how to mount it on the table so that you don't have to sit there and scratch your head and wonder. So let's start right now.
Put the cup of coffee down.
Put the cup of coffee down. Thank you, Mark. Okay, let's just cut the tape here. And let's just cut the thread here. And the very first thing you're going to do when you receive your unit, your stand will be already made for you, is you're going to want to go down to the motor down here, and there's two nuts, and we want to take the top nut, take an adjustable wrench or a plier, and loosen that top nut and raise it all the way up. This is what the stand will look like that you're going to receive. Naturally, when you take the stand off the skid, it will not have the thread stand on it, which you will put on, and nor will it have this disc assembly which holds your tape. If you're using a wraparound machine, you'll have a tape disc assembly which holds the tape, which goes into the folder. And you merely loosen the screw that's on the bed, put the tape disc assembly in, tighten the screw so when it stops it doesn't continue to spin. Okay, this is the screw, of course, that will tighten this monstrosity of a thread stand. Being that it's a wraparound machine that I'm showing you, you will have a two-spool thread stand, one for the yarn, one for one thread. If it is a regular standard 81-200 serger, such as an 81-200 or an 81-200 TP, it will have a three-thread cotton stand like this, holding one yarn and two spools of thread. But in this case, we're going to use this wraparound stand with a two-thread cotton stand. Okay, so once we take our stand, we put it in the location that we wish to put it in. This base that you see is already mounted to your table. This is the base. Let me put the light on. You think it will help, Mark? This is the base that your machine will sit on. And if in the right-hand corner of the space is a little, I don't know what you call it. Nipple. Let's not get sexual. Thinking. Anyways, the machine has a hole that this nipple will fit into when we mount it on there. So what we're going to do is take our Serger, our 81-200 class, regardless of the model number, and we're going to take it out of the carton and we're going to mount it on this base. Just lay it on top of this base. And let's take one right here. The one that I've got has got the rear puller on it. It's a wraparound Serger with binder. Unimportant.
We just
they all sit on the base the same way.
Note how strong Mel is.
Come over here, and here's the hole that I was referring to in the base of the right-hand corner of the machine. And that hole will go right on top of that nipple. Just that simple. Once she's on the nipple, which she is, you just let it sit. This allows you to move the machine right, left, whatever. Okay. On the 81200 wraparound with binder, the belt is fastened to the machine. So you don't have to worry about putting the belt on. It's already fastened to the machine. So now we have our machine on our base. Now what's going to hold the machine to the base? That's where these two bolts come in. There are two black bolts that go on the bottom of the table. They go through the bottom of the table, through the base, and into the machine. And let's film
Let's
this,
attempt.
cause, okay? Is there enough light down here, Mark?
Be plenty.
Okay, fine. Just take the first bolt, you'll find a hole in the table. You go through, you can actually look eye level, and you'll see the bolt go through, and you just move this head back and forth so that screw gets into the hole of the machine, and I hand tighten it. One, and then I go to the other sucker, find the other hole, it's over here. I keep moving it back till I get the thread started, and I hand tighten this baby. Now, they are only hand tightened. And what you do after you hand tighten them all the way, there will be another piece, a steel rod. And the purpose of this steel rod is you put this into the hole and you continue. Am I going the right? No, I'm going wrong. Here, go this way.
Tighten.
Two.
Left, right, right, left. Wax on,
Come on,
wax
wax off, yeah. My God, I thought I did this by hand all the way. I guess not.
That's a long hole.
There you go, that's about it. Done. And then I do the same thing with the other baby. Done. Tightened. Now all we have to do is slip the belt, this V-belt, around the pulley of the motor. That is why I had you loosen this nut. What it does is it allows me to lift the motor up so that I can slip the belt around the pulley of the motor very easily without struggling, which is also what you want to do if you ever have to remove the machine and send it back to us for repair. So, motor up, slip the belt over, and we're all set. Now let's go to the top of the unit. Okay, now we have now mounted our machine to the table properly, fastened it with the two bolts as shown previously, and we've put our belt, our V-belt, around the motor pulley as just shown. Now, if you wish ever to send the unit in for repair, very first thing you would do, same sequence of steps. You loosen this motor nut, lift the motor up, which allows you to slip the belt off the pulley easily, undo these two screws with your bolt, your steel bolt, keep the screws with you, then the machine is easily removed from the table. Please save the carton that your 81200 class machine came to you in, so that when shipping it back to us, you can put it in the same carton for protection, and then have that carton put on top of a skid, and then have it trucked into us. Under no circumstances would I advise using the UPS or Federal Express or other types of common carriers. The machine should go back in its original carton. That carton should be put onto a small skid and wire strapped, and then a truckman should be called in. This way the unit is received undamaged. All right. The next thing we want to look into is the hooking up of the chain on all 81200 classes. The chain, which will be packed in your accessory box or perhaps in the drawer of the table when you receive the unit, is like this here. It's got an S hook on either end. And what I do is I take this chain and I drop it down